introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. Game time is here. Glad you're with us. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. And off we go in Western New York. Palmer now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now the first carry for the youngest Cook brother. This is James Cook. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. From up and down, just shy of the 40. 13 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Buffalo.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Picked up by Riley Moss. And he's going to bring this one back. Wow, less than a minute into the game. It's a pick 6 and an early touchdown.
The kicker on.
You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over, and we now got to get the ball back and establish some early rhythm.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
22-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. He's got it! And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 28 yards. And the Bills, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Half. Look out.
On 1st down, Allen. He's going to try it here again. And that ball Chaser tag. And the Broncos are going to take possession.
They'll take over first and 10.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's taken in by Franklin. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. Throw over the middle, going to be caught by Franklin. And he is taken down, but not before they're able to get it out of danger, up past the 25. 23 yards on that pass play. Good for a Denver first down. He'll get this out wide. And a muffin down just shy of the 40. Another catch on the drive. This one for 13 yards. And another first down.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zones. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. The quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball's going to go.
Just shy of midfield. Here's second down. He'll drop to throw. Forced to his right. Now he'll run. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
First down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket. Because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
They'll run. This is McLaughlin. And he finds some space tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 3. Now this time they'll look to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
And it's third down.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that second down sack brings up third and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
It is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Go.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught. Right side, it's Franklin. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells you, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this is going to remain a one-possession game.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
On 1st down, it's Allen. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Injured player on the field, and that indeed is Josh Allen. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. There is a flag there on the play, but I think that's going to be holding on the offense. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Cougar 19. 18, Pioneer. Buffalo 18. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready, ready.
Back to throw. Going up top. That's hard. And it will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Big-time play there for Buffalo. An even 40 yards. 1st and 10. Allen going to give it to Cook. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
What you got? Half 85, half 85. Alert! Hey, home.
Allen now on 2nd down. That's going to be incomplete. Good work as the defender bodies his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
56, 56. Middle. Out. Half 10. What's that?
Now Allen facing 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, receiver he was trying to target. And that'll set up 4th down. So 4th down, and the Aussie, Tory Taylor, on to kick it away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. A run here, it's McLaughlin. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
1 quarter in the books. It's the Broncos with the early lead. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the 2nd quarter. They've got it 2nd down and 6 to begin. On the ground, McLaughlin. And he's going to have a Broncos first down. As he takes it to the 35.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
He'll look to throw. Moving outside the pocket. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Wide on the RPO, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's third down.
Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts to talk things over before third down. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts to talk things over before third down.
Ready. 19, Tiger.
That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Makes things difficult defensively. And it sets up fourth down. The Broncos bringing out their punter. We're thinking over the scene for a moment. He's taken down after a solid return.
Get your money up. I know money does. On all of us. On my people now. On what I love. Ooh, that means that.
Middle. Look out.
They'll go play action here with Allen. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
319. Hey, home. What's that?
On second down, Allen. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And it's going to be third down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Half. What's that?
On third down, it's Allen. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long.
Alert! Alert, alert, alert! Half 85, half 85. Middle, 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 middle. Look out.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he can't hang on. It is incomplete. A chance there, a big chance for a huge play, but he couldn't reel it in. Here comes Smith on the return. And he's going to bring this one back. It is a punt return touchdown for the special teams unit. And they get the great bonus of scoring on special teams. This time the punt return unit able to put 6 up on the board.
And what we see here, Mike, is just a breakdown in the coverage. They talk all week about fanning the field, controlling the returner, keeping them on your inside arm. In this case, 2 guys get stacked behind each other. They leave just enough space for this returner to operate in, and the next thing you know, they're looking at him in the end zone.
Now return coming from the 7th. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Yeah. Hey, give me a D. Give me the E. Give me an A. Give me an M. And give me the ring.
Half 10. Alert! What's that?
To throw on 1st and 10, Allen. Out to his right. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Regular. 180! 5 wide. Sub. Middle. It's out!
From the gun, here is Allen. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion
56,
here.
56.
Quickly, it is 3rd and 10.
Hey, home. Gun. Off 52. Monday. Out. What's that?
Out of the gun, here's Allen. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And a milestone grab, not just the 1st down, but catch number 100 on the year.
Bills, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Alert! Off 52. What's that?
Throw once more, here's Allen. He'll air one out for Higgins. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the 1st half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Throwing again, it's Allen. And for the 3rd time in this 1st half, he's been intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
If you're going to run this route against quarters coverage, Mike, you have to do a better job of running the route flat. The quarterback is going to trust that you are going to uncover right when that guy comes out of his break, but he rounds the route just a little too much and ends up being a costly mistake.
A run now with McLaughlin. And he looks past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 2. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's to the right side and incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of it.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
5-yard gain.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun. And he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
To the air now on 1st and 10. The throw here is complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. Not just the first down, but reception number 70 on the season.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
They'll look to throw again. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 20.
And I think I want to see a little bit more of this style from this defense. The key, Mike, is at that catch point, you want to create as much contact and be physical. Separate the ball from the intended receiver, and it's a great example there.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That's taken in by Franklin. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. It's 3rd and 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds and stop the clock as well.
Gain of 4 yards.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. And it's 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
He'll drop to throw. Here's a screen from McLaughlin. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive, and here's 3rd and 4. He'll try to get this one on the ground, and he will get into the end zone. Jaleel McLaughlin, touchdown Denver. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
26-yard line.
Tight. Alert! Look out!
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
And I like this defensive game plan. When you're going against an elite quarterback like this guy, Mike, you have to get bodies in his face. You have to get him around his feet. You have to move him off his spot. Because if he can sit there in rhythm, on time, comfortable in the pocket, he's going to pick you apart. So it doesn't always have to be a sack, but you have to make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Regular. What's up?
To the air. On 2nd down, here's Allen. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have the time to get him the ball.
Half. Half 10. Off 52. Look out.
To the air on 3rd down, here's Allen. He'll air one out for Higgins. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Drive will start on the ground, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain. The Bills going to use their final timeout here as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Moving to his right. He'll try and get there on the ground.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
This time they stay on the ground.
Jaleel McLaughlin, the ball carrier. He was brought in by Troy Anderson. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
Kaimi Fairbairn set to
Very
kick off.
one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Here's Smith to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
They'll go three tight ends here on 1st and 10. The third quarter begins with a run. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
To throw, exiting the pocket right. Now he takes off. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Taking advantage of the room to run. A gain of 19 on the scramble.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Second and a yard. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Broncos.
Second and short. Normally this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. It has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to the Broncos. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
On the ground, that is Brashard Smith. He's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them first and goal.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves first and goal.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right, and he will wisely just get rid of this one and set up second and goal.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line. Second down and goal. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Stop at the 6, and that sets up third and goal.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
This is the 8th play of this drive, and it's third and goal.
60 by 6, 60, cup 19, cup 19.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. And he'll be forced to throw that one away. Excellent work defensively. He took away all the options, and now it is 4th and goal. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Broncos extend the lead to 24-0.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Bills first down.
On first down, it's Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Again, that's number 40 on the season for him. Set to go now on first and 10.
At the 41-yard line.
From the gun, throw here for Allen. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield.
Brings up 2nd down.
Middle. Regular. Hey, home. Hey, tight.
Play.
Now, someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback.
Half 85, half 80. Half 10.
Let's keep those sticks moving.
Alert! That's it.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Riley Moss.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit over-eager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
Finding space inside the 40. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 19. And a very quick first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Heelan's forward for maybe a yard. Wayne Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle.
It's 2nd and 8.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 8.
60 Bisons. Mustang 19.
That'll be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Southern California. And a nice return will set them up in good field position right at midfield.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big time ball.
Here's Allen now on 1st and 10. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Middle.
1st and 10, and it's Allen. Forced out wide. This one, downfield, taken in by Higgins. And he's in! Take it! Touchdown, Buffalo. That touchdown number 23 for him on the season.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a real belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score.
Anytime you fail on a two-point try, there's always going to be second-guessing about whether that was the right play call. In this case, they decided to throw the ball, which I like. They just need better execution, and they end up coming up a little short.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
He'll find his running back, abruptly. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
It's 1st down, and they'll run. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. We see a lot of this as they begin the 4th quarter on the ground. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
Brought down by Troy Anderson. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
70 Lions. Watching right here.
Complete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
So the Broncos will turn things over to the field goal unit. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away. He's on for the second time. They'll try to get something inside the 10. And this is going to set up a long field ahead. Backed up, and it is touchdown inside the 10. Throwing now. Allen here on first down. He'll air one out for Higgins. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
39 yards.
A big play after being backed up. 39 yards.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Round 80. Alert. Middle. Half 85. Half 85. We'll go.
They'll throw on first down with Allen. Try him again. Another one to Higgins. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
That's another
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Hey, home. 5 wide. What's up?
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. He's got it at the 7. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything...
And he's in. Higgins. Touchdown, Buffalo. That's his second touchdown of the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
And he's going to get a big two-point conversion there. Instead of being down 12, now the lead is only 10.
Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here's Smith to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. From the 32-yard line now, here's second and 4. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll work this out wide to Walker. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
70 Lions. 18, right here. Go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
So the defense finds themselves in a tight spot. They have very little room for error at this point in the game, Mike, so they have to continue to get off the field, no more points, and that sack's going to go a long way towards winning.
On 4th down, out comes the punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. This returnable with Palmer. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down.
Round 80! Half. Monday. Out. What's that?
On 1st down, Allen. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Hey, home. Go.
Allen now on 2nd down. He's across midfield, and he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 37.
All 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10.
Middle. Five wide.
From the gun, Josh Allen. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Alert! Gun! Alert! 56! Stop! Out! Slam! Regular. Look out!
To the air once more is Allen. Again, working deep downfield. And this will be incomplete.
The defense had their sights set on making a big play one way or another. First, it was the initial pressure. They thought they had the quarterback for a sack, but then they get their hands on the ball, and I think if you're this offense walking back into the huddle, Mike, an incomplete pass there is probably the best possible outcome.
Ready?
Hey, I want motion.
Half. Half 85, half 85. What is that?
On third down, it's Allen. Oh, for the fifth time, he is intercepted.
You know, Mike, the one thing that we used to say is it didn't matter how good you were or how long you played. Eventually, you're just going to have one of those days, and I think for this quarterback, he's got to be able to move on from this pretty quickly because this is about as bad a day in the office as you can imagine.
A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this.
Ready up.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Smith again. He's got the first down and more to the 45. A gain of 16, good enough for a first down.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
60 Eagle.
On first down, it's Harvey. He'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. A run once more, that's Harvey. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. This defense in desperate need of a stop, and here comes third down.
Go.
Again, it's Harvey.
R.J. Harvey, the ball carrier. Maxwell Hairston on the stop. A gain of 6 on the play. It's now fourth down and
1. We're about ready now for the punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And we won't see a return here. This is going to be marked down inside the 15.
They're on the 12-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
56, 319. Out. What's that?
They'll drop to throw. This one, downfield for Kincaid. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys first and 10 in the red zone.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong time. of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
Take him down at the 19-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So it is a win for the visiting Broncos. They're able to finish